I'm gonna be honest with you, I am terrified. Outside, people are listening to me, probably think I'm crazy, but it's okay. I think so. I think it's okay. I don't know what's wrong with me. Anyways, um I flew to Vegas to learn how to actually finally make money, finally build that career, build that income. But I ended up realizing that it was never about me. This is week 9, and it's the week that will change my life. Already did. So I want to begin by, of course, hello, my name is Nazir. This is Nazir from Zero. And yeah, I'm 21 and documenting my journey from zero to who knows. I'm terrified. As you can tell, I'm outside right now. Really nervous. I'm like, I forced myself to do this for a reason. I will go more into that later, but yeah, whatever. So I flew out Monday night, and 3 days I was at that convention, and I was at home Friday, so I had that one day extra. But that's not the point. The point is the 3 days. That's what we're going to talk about. Of course, like, I'm not gonna lie. This isn't a video like that's like what I brought in Vegas and all of that, like what you see typically, but actually what was happening inside of my head during that trip, during that vacation, not vacation because it's a convention. So I'm gonna do a completely different twist on this, and yeah, hopefully you guys don't hate me. Yeah, actually, so scoreboard. We'll just go through this first. Gym, hit it one day. I was gone Monday and never hit the gym after. See, everyone's like driving by and it's low key awkward. You see buses behind me and there's like cars in front of me. I'm like terrified, but it's all good. Spending was bad, of course, because I was in Vegas. Shop was covered, of course, because my dad was back. Let him know. So yeah, he had the whole week to himself. Hopefully he liked it. I don't know. School, classes. I already talked to my professor about it. Just told me like, hey, you're gonna have to try to make time as much as you could. I know it's gonna be difficult, but like, it's summer, and I'm just like, that's understandable. See, this is what I'm saying. So I want to just talk about, I guess, Vegas. What was one of the most important lessons? I want to just start off with that was listen to Ed Mylett. I guess very basic, right? Like, oh my god, of course, but it's Ed Mylett. This was a really interesting story because it really gives you that perspective of like that invisible person that you see, that you don't see actually. If anything, like, you always just forget about them, right? Because they're just in the background of your life. But have you ever thought about them? Like, have you ever thought about what have they gone through? What made them go through what they, what got them there? When was the last time you said thank you for, their service, the janitors, when was the last time you ever said thank you? When was the last time you ever told them, hey, I hope you have an amazing day? When was the last time you ever said just anything, like actually made them feel seen? Oh, that's nice. Okay, my bad. So Ed was describing the story about how he was watching a 70-year-old lady, Griselda, we'll say. I don't know if I said that. But anyways, pushing a trash can at a hotel he was staying at. Again, invisible, nobody knows her name, nobody talks to her, nobody says anything to her, right? And it really just it really made you question. It was like, hey, how dare you be in this type of company and not begin to see people? Because that's what your whole thing is. Like, that's what you do as a broker. Like, you make people feel seen, you make people feel heard, people that never had that chance, you make them finally. And my reaction to that was, of course, like, I tried to do that, right? But it became more self-aware in a way where it was like, hey, nobody should get unnoticed, right? Even the people, like, I should be paying more attention to the people that don't, even though again, it's like that whole thing of I don't gain anything from it, but I don't care. I'm scared. I'm terrified. Okay, there's a lot of buses. I question myself, why am I doing this? But anyways, okay, so my reaction, of course, was like, yeah, he's right. Again, like, it's such a simple thing, and it's like one thing that really hits me is like people would say, oh, that's common sense, right? That's common sense. Okay, yeah, of course, but it's only a thing they do for a week or two, and not even a week, bro, like a few days, and they go back to their normal habits that they used to just do, like, it really was like, hey, like, how dare you, like, do that? Like, actually, like, it made me question myself, but it also made me, like, reflect on a lot of people's habits and what people are doing, and it's like, hey, like, we do gotta be better, of course, and I gotta be that example, of course. Like, I can't say, like, I'm perfect, because I'm not, I'm not, because there were times, if anything, really was nervous, but yeah. Cars passing by, it's scary, terrifying, but that's all good. And again, I tied it really to this one book, How to Win Friends and Influence People. Amazing book, first of all. Everyone should read it. If you're into someone, like, if you're trying to ever develop in life, you should, of course, read it. And one of the things was the deepest The deepest feeling is importance. See, why is he parking in front of me? You know what I mean? Okay, see, now I'm bugging. Why is this car parking in front of me? I'm scared. Okay, but yeah, feeling of importance. You know, everyone wants that feeling of importance, and nobody will, you know, actually admit that, of course. Nobody, because why would you, you know? But it is something that a lot of people have. I want you to actually think about, like, the people that you used to be, you know, before life changed or whatever, you know, maturity, right? Think about the person you used to be. Think about the person you used to, you know, before you hit your goals, you know. And I'm not gonna lie, where you are right now was once your goal, okay? So I want you to think about back in the day before you hit that, right? What was it like, you know? But have you ever thought, like, if you ever saw someone that was in the same position as you, right, would you be able to help them? The answer is yes, obviously, because you are the most qualified person to help the person you used to be. It's such common sense, but most people don't, like, take that. Like, you used to be broke, help someone that you know, that's broke. Used to be fat, used to be skinny, help someone that used to, you know, that is now fat or skinny, you know, help them out in a way because you're qualified to do so because you were in their shoes before, okay? And of course, I don't mean this like literally, like, just like, you know, have that sense of I've been through what you've been through, it's easy, you know. I don't mean that, right? Because everyone has different circumstances will be the word I'll say. I feel like there's a better word choice, but I'll just say circumstances. Okay, I'll just talk about this. Is basically simple as, hey, whatever you're doing is not a waste, right? I feel like every year you spend, there's value in it, even if you feel like you did nothing. Again, this is actually a feel like you do nothing type of thing. I don't know about people that actually do nothing. You know, I can't talk about them because I don't know actually. But so many cars driving by and so scary. But that's not the point. Okay, I just wanted, I guess, like there was a lot of people that were nurses and switched from nursing to finance. Again, if you ever look at the relation between both of them, I don't know what the relation is. Probably the only thing is people, right? Actually, that's a big one, right? You gotta care for the people instead of just like doing it for whatever. But yeah, like it really showed that transferable skills, like whatever you are learning, whatever you think you're investing into that, like, it just feels like that one thing. Trust me, it's not that one thing, right? There's more to it than just that one, right? Like, for example, engineering, right? Engineering, like, I'll just use that as an example because I know a lot of friends are in engineering, right? But anyways, the point is, like, hey, that's transferable, right? Like, studying those long hours, knowing the physics behind that, knowing the whatever it is, bro, I don't know, engineering, whatever type of engineering, I feel like there's something transferable you could take into your own personal life, right? Whether that's your own business, whether that's your own personal stuff, like, you know, personal stuff that you go through. Yeah, but one analogy I really like is the effort bank, right? And it's really like, hey, like, if you keep on putting effort enough, like, you know, just put more and more and more. Think of it like putting cash and cash and cash, you know, into your account. Eventually, every effort you put in, I'll just say it like this, is credited into your bank, and it compounds, right? So eventually the account will overflow, and it has no other choice but to pay out from that, right? And when you do pay out, it compounds. It, like, that's the thing, you're really not seeing everything as well, where with what your efforts are really doing, right? And I want to put that out there. One other thing I guess I want to talk about is, I guess, the power of a system or a community, right? And of course, it was this one thing. It was like power is internal, but when one person believes, that's energy. But when we all connect, that's a grid, a system that's unstoppable. Okay. Of course, that hit me hard, really, like throughout that session when one of the speakers was speaking. You know, I need to build my team, right? And I need to be that mentor and build that grid. You know what I mean? Like, I need to start, because then it's like an unstoppable type of force, right? Again, it's really your mindset on how you think things, right? Like, of course, like if you just look at things in negative ways, then you're gonna see things in negative ways. But if you see things in positive ways, then it really just like, wait, you know, like, it's so much more better than just like thinking negatively. And this is where I want to lead into is one of the speakers, you know, he was just selling insurance, investments, or whatever, you know. He was trying to sell, he realized he's not selling that, he's selling a vision, a dream, you know. He's showing that, yo, you want to do this, right? I got you, okay? I'll help you with that. How does that make you feel, you know? And I really love that, again, that message and that mindset, right? It just, because you don't want that guilt. You don't, because you only feel guilty if you're actually doing something wrong. So why are you feeling guilty, right? But again, I'll leave you to that. You know, you think that. And there were a few things, of course, that I had to just like decide. I'll call it the decision, right? Again, it was very simple. I need to stop caring what people think. Again, I'm outside right now, proving that to myself. I'm terrified, but I feel like eventually it just gets easier and easier. Some cars will literally pass by, but I don't care, right? Again, like, why would I care about another person's opinion when I don't even know them or what they're even thinking? Again, I don't know what they're thinking, so why am I assuming they're already thinking something bad? Of course, I'm terrified, but I don't gotta show it. right? And the other thing was, of course, how much content creation really helps, right? And this channel in the clips will always be the promise that I need to just deliver and deliver. Right now, the Instagram's looking dead, but that's literally because I'm trying to catch up on recordings. Like, that's really it. Maybe I should start making clips, but I'm trying to catch up on these recordings. I swear. I actually had this. I'll put this somewhere early on, but I actually had this all recorded last week.
To actually help you out. I could go on and on and on, but the point is that
Last week. But for some reason, my AirPods did not capture any of it because, I don't know, the microphone just does not work. I'll show you the AirPods. Like it didn't even work. Like, I was like, bro, like, I'll put like a 5-second clip, you'll see it. And I was like, bro, like, I wanted to, it was good. But anyways, the next thing, of course, I need to lean on my mentors, right? I need to actually make sure that my mentors I'm using them. I'm just, like, using that to my advantage, because it is a big advantage that a lot of people don't have, is mentorship. And I always see the benefit in mentorship, right? I love that mentorship because they've already been through what I'm going through right now, what phase, So they're able to actually put me in that mindset where it's like, hey, let me help you out, instead of just being in my own thoughts where I don't even know how to solve it, right? And it's different. Even if they don't answer it, it's their perspective on it which changes it, that changes things. And of course, the last thing is, of course, being that example. And I can't preach things and be like, hey, why don't you like this and that and that, when I myself, I'm not like that. It's kind of hypocritical of me to do that. And I like this line from Ed. It's as simple as this: you're one decision away from changing your whole life. Be the one in your family. Sure, like, you could use the excuse, nobody in my family has done this, but like, why is that an excuse? Have you ever thought about what type of excuse that is? Like, that doesn't make any sense, right? Okay, if anything, that should motivate you even more. Be the first, right? Be that first person. And I'll say a few things I'm committed to, of course. First thing, of course, is G League. If I can say this out loud without no one around me, telling myself this, okay? I'm telling myself this. I need to hit G League, okay? It needs to happen. I need to get consistent with the closes. I need to start booking more appointments, openings, seeing more people, getting the chance to actually prospect, getting the chance to actually build my business, because you never know who is going through what. And then, of course, the other thing is a simple one, but means a lot, is that 10K a month, right? Hitting 10K a month has been something I've always dreamt about. Back in the day, from Iman Ghazi. Again, I'm not gonna lie, I respect that guy so much. I don't care what anyone actually thinks about like, who he is, because you don't know the guy, first of all, right? And I'm not even trying to defend him, because I don't know, because he doesn't even know me. But if anything, I just hate like unnecessary hate where people like call people like things when they're trying to help him, but you are not wanting to help yourself. So how are they able to help you? And it's really that. I'm going off a tangent off that, but yeah, like 10K a month, I need to hit that this year at least. One thing I want to commit to in my life is actually creating at least one millionaire. That's more impactful. Like, I don't know, my mindset is like, if I become a millionaire, whatever, like, that's sick. But if I'm able to make someone a millionaire, now that's different, right? I help someone go from whatever to $1 million, right? So that's a bigger thing. And I just want to wrap this up, right? Going to a convention, going to a Vegas is such a high risk, right? I didn't get to end things off and cut it off, but basically, conventions are really high risk, right? It's just like, because you're spending your own money, right? You're spending your own money, so you don't want to waste it in a way that's like, hey, like, what are you doing? I don't know, like, I have to explain it, but like, you're not really at that stage of life, Sometimes it really is just, like, it's so tempting, especially in this place like Vegas. And that's why I love that it was in Vegas, is like it felt like, it was so easy to just do other things, but like, it also tests your mindset, where it's like, hey, like, what do you really want in life? Like, question yourself, what do you want? And myself, like, I want more, I want something more. I do not just like mess with just like, whatever I'm at right now, especially not right now. But that's a whole different story. But again, spending, this was like the one time exception, but I can't make that excuse. It's still spending. And the first concrete action, right? Like, after getting back from such an event, it really is just like, I just need to go to work and just really know what work means, right? In a way that's like makes sense. In a way that's just like, hey, like, work is more than just working. I can't explain it, but like, actually doing something with intention, actually spending those hours, actually getting the results that you want, right? Instead of just coping, instead of just like, oh my god, whatever, that happened, I could just end next time, right? Where it's actually like, more serious. I want to talk more about it, but it's okay. Anyways, thank you so much. I did go to Vegas. I just to learn how to actually make money. Like literally, if I'm gonna be honest, why did I go to Vegas? Because I wanted to know what it feels like to just be, you know, big like that. But I came back understanding it was really never about me. It's really about seeing the people who feel invisible, people helping people actually get to the goals that they want. It's about the other people, and you helping other people's will just make you also just wealthy in a way, right? I've just proved that decision, right? The only way to find out if it is a decision or not is actually committing, you know, and actually showing the results. It doesn't have to be today, it doesn't have to be tomorrow, but it has to be. It has to be. That's what I'm gonna say. But anyways, thank you so much for listening. This was a very unique experience being outside and just talking to myself. You can see, oh my god, you can see Wendy's. Oh my god, you know where I am. Oh no. But anyways, thank you so much. I'm gonna catch y'all next Sunday. Thank you so much, and yeah, take care. Peace.